Welcome to the Old Fashion Masonic Podcast, where we talk all things Freemasons, while drinking an old-fashioned. If you're not already a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button now. Platforms other than YouTube tend to block some of our content. Subscribe now to get up-to-date videos and shorts as they release. Now, enjoy this episode.
Welcome to the Old Fashion Masonic Podcast, where we talk all things Freemasons while drinking an old-fashioned. I'm Brian, and today we're going to talk about 10 things that lodges, Masonic lodges, can do to get more involved in their communities. So grab your old-fashioned, stay tuned, take some notes. You'll see this bottle of Woodford. This was brought in by a previous guest we had, Mark Reeder. He's a Woodford fan. We're a Woodford fan. So obviously we've drank a lot out of this bottle. So I wanted to give a shout out for the gift that Mark passed on to us. So let's jump into the 10 ways that Masonic lodges can get more involved in their community. So we've talked to a lot of Masons, current Masons, and those that have left the fraternity. Stay tuned for the episode of a group of Masons that have left a fraternity and why. It's going to be shocking. But the number one thing that current Masons say they have kind of issues with, and folks that have left the fraternity, is we're just not involved enough in the community. So let's talk about that. Let's think it through. So here are some of the 10 things. Number one, charity drives. There's no reason why we can't organize and or participate in charity drives to collect food, clothing, and other essentials for local shelters or food banks. They're always in need, and what a great way to help kind of put the square and compasses out by being involved in the community. It cost us literally nothing to do that. A little bit of social media promotion and great attitude and effort. Attitude and effort are going to be the thing. So number one, charity drives. Number two, community events. We need to be much more involved in our community. We can host or sponsor community events, co-sponsor fairs, parades, holiday celebrations, just things that help bring people together and foster pride. It doesn't ever have to be political, but I even know the smaller communities, it's probably a lot easier to get involved in the smaller communities by, even if there's a parade. Most people think Shriners and parades. Why can't your lodge put together a float or something along those lines? If you're doing it, great. Another thing that, at least in our jurisdiction, in Kansas, we're really good at, and if you're not doing it, maybe this is an idea. Educational programs. Offer scholarships to area high school or college students. The Kansas Masonic Foundation is a great supporter of us in Kansas for this. But even if you don't do scholarships or you don't have a great resource like we do with our Masonic Foundation, why can't you offer tutoring or even mentorship programs for students? There's a lot of what we would call at-risk youth out there, and some need just another male figure in their life. Why aren't we getting more involved by doing that? We can also support our local schools through donations, volunteering, and even as a guest speaker on a topic, maybe Masonic history, right? As long as it's not too political. Another thing that we do very well in Kansas that I'm sure that you guys can partner up with local organizations are health initiatives. In Kansas, again, on the coattails of the Kansas Masonic Foundation, we partner with healthcare providers and we'll do free cancer screenings. But I know that you can get involved with folks in your community for free health screenings, blood drive and donations, or just health education workshops. It takes no time, it takes no energy, and in fact, you might actually get a spiff back from some of the healthcare providers or partnerships that you work with. The next thing, environmental projects. That's kind of a hot thing here, and it doesn't have to be politicized, right? But we can engage in some environmental conservation efforts like planting trees on Arbor Day, park cleanups. We can do that, right? People don't really think about that as an environmental project, but it sure is getting the trash pickup. Recycling programs and other things to help promote sustainability in the community. It's a hot topic and it's very important to the younger generations. It's something that we can easily do. Here's one that's near and dear to many of our hearts. We need to do a better job of supporting our veterans. We can create or partner up on some initiative to support local veterans through fundraising, providing maybe resources for job placements, helping them with their resume, help them set up LinkedIn accounts. We have a lot of business professionals that are in our lodge that would love to give back in that way. Maybe we could even offer some sort of a social event to honor their service. I know that a lot of communities do that, but what a cool thing to do to maybe reach out to maybe a base or a National Guard center or a reserve center in your area and maybe promote a Soldier of the Year type honor. It's something that we could do that's pretty darn easy. Another thing, youth programs, right? This is one thing with DMLA, Job's Daughters, all of the other youth organizations we have. If you don't have a youth program in your area, you can certainly work with local community schools to help focus on leadership, life skills, and community service. I know a lot of guys that I talk to, they say, well, they need to be teaching financial literacy in schools. Well, if the schools aren't going to do it, why can't we offer a program? We have a lot of certified financial planners, a lot of common sense guys, and a lot of great orders that maybe we can do our part. If we don't feel like the schools are doing it, maybe we can step in and offer some sort of a free workshop, right? Attitude and effort. Disaster relief. I know in the summertime, starting from May through, it's tornado season through the Midwest, and you have hurricane season and all the different disasters that hit. Out west, you've got fire season. So why shouldn't we have some sort of an area response team that can help provide maybe aid and support through some of these natural disasters? We can partner up with, the Red Cross or some of your local area providers that may be supporting disaster relief. It'd be great to have some scoring compasses on t-shirts, and what better way to help your community and get involved is when they're in their most vulnerable time of need. We could do a lot better, right? Senior assistance. No, I'm not talking just at Lodge because we have a lot of older members. Why can't we work on establishing a program to help assist our senior citizens with home maintenance, transportation, social activities, sometimes just to combat loneliness, which will help improve their quality of life? Think about this. What if we did in your area a social media blitz and said, we as XYZ Lodge, we want to help out a senior in our community. Submit your photos and a reason why we should help this senior. And I bet you would get an influx of items. And this could be something like you're fixing a deck, painting a house, different things like that. And you'd select something that your lodge can do. Attitude, effort, a little bit of money. What a great look that would be for our Masonic fraternity to be helping out people directly in our community. We can all donate money and that goes away, but what a cool way to help your community and frankly get a little bit of pub in the meantime. Cultural activities, another thing that our younger Masons really talk about. We want to promote and support cultural activities, partnering with local artists, theaters. Shout out to Dennis Roberts. He's helped with local community theaters for years and he absolutely loves it. There's other cultural organizations. We could even at our lodge, if you've got the right size lodge, why couldn't we host an art exhibit? Maybe a small concert if you've got the space to hold it outside, or just some other cultural festivities. This is something really easy to do and maybe a way to get folks into our Masonic lodges and show it off. It'll take away some of that mystique from some of the naysayers, right? So those are 10 things, easy things, that we can do to get more involved in our community. Our current Masons want it. Our Masons that have left, they desired it as well. And what a great way to keep our brand out in the community. So thanks for watching the Old Fashion Masonic Podcast. What a great day to be a Mason. Cheers.